from farm to foreign shelves, unlocking Nigeria's aubergine goldmine. In the rich, sun-drenched soils of Nigeria, a quiet agricultural superstar is waiting for its moment, the aubergine. Known locally in its many varieties, from garden eggs to elongated purple beauties, this humble crop is far more than a staple on Nigerian plates. It's a high-potential export commodity, a value chain opportunity, and a farmer's ticket to consistent income, if cultivated, harvested, and marketed right. Let's dig in. Roots in the soil, the antecedents of aubergine farming in Nigeria. Long before aubergines found their way into export conversations and agribusiness pitch decks, they were already deeply embedded in the agricultural and cultural fabric of Nigeria. To understand their future, you have to respect their past. Series Introduction. It's Wednesday, the 25th of March 2026. Welcome to the 154th edition of the Ouria Series. In this video, we do a deep dive into aubergine farming in Nigeria. Before we get started, we would like to take a moment to welcome you to this channel. If you are visiting us for the first time, please subscribe, smash the like button, share this video and help us grow our family. If you have already subscribed, then show your support by liking the video and making a comment. Now let's jump right back in. Ancient origins, local adaptation. Aubergines, scientifically as Solanum melongena, are believed to have originated in South and Southeast Asia. Through centuries of trade, migration, and cultural exchange, they made their way across the African continent, where they didn't just survive, they evolved. In West Africa, including Nigeria, local variants emerged, particularly the small, round, often bitter varieties commonly called garden eggs. These belong not only to Solanum melongena but also to related species like Solanum ethiopicum, which became a staple in indigenous farming systems. Traditional farming systems.
Historically, aubergines were cultivated in smallholder, mixed cropping systems. Farmers, especially in regions across southern and central Nigeria, grew them alongside yams, cassava, maize, and peppers. This wasn't accidental, it was strategic. Intercropping reduced pest pressure. Crop diversity improved soil health. Year-round harvesting provided food security. Aubergines were valued not just as food, but as a reliable, low-risk crop. They required relatively little input and adapted well to local conditions, traits that made them indispensable in subsistence agriculture. Cultural and culinary significance. In many Nigerian communities, aubergines, especially garden eggs, carry cultural weight. Among the Igbo people, for instance, garden eggs are a symbol of hospitality and are often presented to guests alongside kola nuts in traditional settings. They are eaten raw, roasted, or cooked into sauces, and frequently paired with groundnut paste or palm oil. This deep-rooted culinary presence ensured steady demand long before formal markets existed. From backyard crop to market commodity. As urban centers expanded in cities like Lagos and Ibadan, aubergines gradually transitioned from backyard gardens to commercial farms. By the late 20th century, open markets began trading aubergines in larger volumes. Informal distribution networks took shape. Regional trade across West Africa increased. However, production methods remained largely traditional, limited mechanization, minimal storage infrastructure, and little standardization. The bridge between past and future. What makes aubergine farming in Nigeria so compelling today is this continuity. The crop has never been introduced in the modern sense, it has always been here, quietly feeding communities and supporting livelihoods. The real shift now is not in whether Nigeria grows aubergines, but in how.
From ancestral knowledge passed down through generations to emerging agronomic innovations, aubergine farming in Nigeria sits at a fascinating intersection of tradition and transformation. And that legacy? It might just be its greatest competitive advantage. Cultivation, where opportunity takes root. Aubergines thrive in Nigeria's tropical climate, making them a farmer-friendly crop with relatively low barriers to entry. They prefer well-drained loamy soils, ample sunlight, and moderate rainfall, conditions readily available across much of the country. Key advantages for Nigerian farmers. Short growth cycle, 70 to 90 days quick turnaround, faster cash flow. High yield potential, with proper spacing and pest control, yields can be impressive. Year-round cultivation, especially with irrigation in the dry season. Smart farmers are increasingly adopting improved seed varieties, drip irrigation, and organic pest control methods, raising both yield and quality. The result? Aubergines that meet not just local demand, but international standards. Harvesting, timing is everything. Harvesting aubergines is as much art as science. Pick too early, and you lose weight and flavor; too late, and the fruit becomes bitter and seedy. Best practices include: harvest when fruits are glossy and firm. Use sharp tools to avoid damaging the plant. Handle gently, aubergines bruise easily. Consistency is key. Export markets, in particular, demand uniform size, color, and texture. This is where training and extension services can make or break profitability. The domestic value chain, hidden profits in plain sight. Here's where things get interesting. Nigeria's aubergine value chain is still largely informal, but that's exactly where the opportunity lies. From farm gate to final consumer, multiple touch points can be optimized for value creation. Current domestic value chain. Farmer, local trader, market, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. Where value can be added.
Sorting and grading, higher prices for uniform quality. Packaging, crates instead of sacks reduce damage. Cold storage, extends shelf life, reduces post-harvest loss. Processing, dried aubergine chips, powders, or sauces. Post-harvest losses in Nigeria can reach up to 40% for perishable crops. Cutting that in half isn't just efficiency, it's profit. Export potential, Nigeria's untapped purple pipeline. Globally, demand for aubergines is strong, especially in Europe, the Middle East, and among diaspora communities craving familiar flavors. Nigeria has three major export advantages: climate, year-round production capability; proximity to Europe, shorter shipping times than Asian competitors; diverse varieties, unique African aubergines with niche appeal. But here's the catch. Export markets are unforgiving. To compete internationally, Nigerian exporters must meet strict standards. Global.a. P. Certification. Phytosanitary compliance. Traceability systems. Cold chain logistics. This isn't smallholder farming as usual, it's agribusiness. The way forward, turning potential into profit. For Nigeria to truly capitalize on aubergine exports, a few strategic moves are essential. 1. Farmer cooperatives. Aggregation improves bargaining power, consistency, and export readiness. 2. Investment in cold chains. From farm to port, temperature control is non-negotiable. 3. Public-private partnerships. Government support plus private efficiency equals scalable success. 4. Export-focused training. Farmers need to grow not just crops, but market-ready products. Final bite. The aubergine may not shout for attention, but it doesn't need to. Quietly, steadily, it offers Nigeria a compelling opportunity to diversify exports, empower farmers, and build a resilient agricultural economy. The question isn't whether aubergines can become a major export crop. It's whether Nigeria is ready to treat them like one. And if it is, the world might soon be eating a lot more made in Nigeria of purple.
Quote of the week: agriculture is not farming, it's feeding. Ready, Sai.